Hello, I'm Joe Nixon, Clyde's wife. I'm here in my beautiful utility room today. I'd like you to meet my family. Scott, would you say hello?
Hello, everyone.
And Lisa,
Hello, everybody.
California. Scott, by the way, is from New Jersey. And Bradley, where are you? From Boston.
I am in Boston today, where it is about as warm as it is in Florida.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Well, I'm delighted to be here with the family for the introduction for this year's Clyde G. Nixon Business Leadership Award. Sun Hydraulics is proud to sponsor the Clyde Nixon Business Leadership Award, which recognizes an individual's legacy of exhibiting outstanding values in business leadership in our community. Each year, the award recipient is selected by the EDC's executive committee from an impressive list of nominees. The nominees must show leadership qualities within their organization, a demonstrated track record of helping to grow their company or industry, a strong history of community service, and personal values that are exemplified by their actions. This year's winner of the Clyde Nixon Business Leadership Award has been a leader in the business community for over 30 years and has epitomized the philosophy and business acumen possessed and practiced by our father, Clyde Nixon. This person joined Sun Hydraulics in 1996 when it was a small but growing firm highly regarded for both its innovative, high-quality products and non-hierarchical culture. A culture that always put its people first in its decision-making and lived by a golden rule. Always do what's in the long-term best interests of the company and its employees, not what's easiest in the short term. In 2000, Clyde Nixon named this person as his successor with great confidence, knowing that as CEO, he would continue to both foster that culture and grow the business. There is no better example of this leader demonstrating his commitment to his employees than the decision he made during the global financial crisis of 2007 and 2008. When other companies responded with workforce reductions and layoffs, this leader was adamant that there would be no layoffs, even when, from a purely financial standpoint, revenues did not justify keeping everyone on the payroll. Due to his courage, Sun was uniquely positioned to accelerate its growth and leadership in the marketplace when the crisis gradually eased in 2009 and 2010. While competitors struggled to both manufacture and ship products on time due to a lack of staff, Sun's skilled workforce was ready to meet all customer demands and grow their market share. Under his leadership, revenues grew by 150%. The stock price grew by more than 1,000%, and annual profits more than doubled. His humility, intellect, and pragmatism has served him well, both in the boardroom and in the community. Involvement in projects such as the Gulf Coast CEO Forum, the Sarasota Bayfront, and most recently, his role as Director, UF Innovation Station, Sarasota County, are evidence of his ongoing commitment to being involved where he can make a difference, and have resulted in meaningful benefits to the people of Sarasota County and beyond. His wisdom has been invaluable to the community and is exemplified by the quiet respect he commands wherever he goes, whether working with students, educators, business leaders, local governments, or professional organizations. He understands and appreciates the value of a good education. This is reflected in his commitment to helping students find their passion and pursue it, whether volunteering with Junior Achievement, launching programs like the Experience Engineering Luncheon, Project Lead the Way, or Talent for Tomorrow. He chooses practical projects that can help students achieve their goals. His own experience as an engineer makes him a natural mentor to students who often benefit from being reminded that whether it is an invention or a life plan, it doesn't always work out the first time. But it always presents an opportunity to rebuild, reassess, and try again. During his career, he's encountered his share of well-known and successful people. However, the stories he loves to tell are those of students he met at networking events, scholarship luncheons, and in classrooms. Students who impressed them with their persistence and desire. His guidance and advice will likely include a quote or two from Yogi Berra, Vince Lombardi, or Mark Twain. And even though the young student might not be familiar with those names, they will leave the conversation knowing that he is rooting for them. He is admired and respected by all his employees, subcontractors, fellow board members, and most importantly, he is loved by his wife, Connie, and his adult children, Tiana and Brian, and 3 grandchildren, James, Jack, and Caroline. I am also among the many who have admired and respected this individual, and am fortunate to count him as a friend. While I've heard him quote Yogi Berra and Vince Lombardi, I must admit I've never heard him quote Mark Twain. I've had the memorable experience of joining him and his son colleagues for one of their frequent lunch outings to the venerable Hobnob restaurant, bonding over greasy burgers and a few pitchers of beer. A perfect setting for someone who has no pretense, a great sense of humor, and is known to enjoy the occasional adult beverage. If the Clyde Nixon Award came with a financial stipend, I am confident this individual would arrange a trip to a Packers game and invest in a great bottle of red. The Nixon family could not be more pleased that this leader is receiving this richly deserved award, and know that his old friend Clyde would be proud and delighted. Congratulations. At this time, it is our great pleasure to present the Clyde Nixon Business Leadership Award to Mr. Alan Carlson, Regional Director of the University of Florida Innovation Station in Sarasota. A round of applause.
Thank you, Scott and the Nixon family. I'm honored to be the 14th recipient of this award. I was fortunate to have worked with Clyde for over 20 years, at first in Michigan and then later in Sarasota. He had many qualities that I would like to share with you. While it's impossible to name them all, the ones that stood out include the usual attributes of a leader. He had intellect, education, he was experienced and hardworking. However, the ones that set him apart were that he was always approachable, and by anyone. He was likable. He had the ability to sense and do what was right. To top it all off, he had a great sense of humor. Lessons I have learned in my career are that successful companies have strong leaders that guide direction, set the tone, and grow even more leaders throughout the organization. While management is important in the short term, leadership is critical for the long term. Clyde fit the true definition of a leader. In conclusion, thank you to the EDC, Sun Hydraulics, and the Sarasota business community.